Dear brothers and sisters in Christ, good morning and happy Monday. Today, Monday, October 19th, we are celebrating the memorial of Saint John de Brebeuf, Saint Isaac Jogues, and companions martyrs. Saint John, Saint Isaac, and their companions were missionaries in what was New France in the 1600s. It's now Quebec and upstate New York. In the first half of the 1600s, St. John, St. Isaac, and their companions became to America, went to upstate New York and Quebec to preach the gospel among Native Americans. All of them were imprisoned by different tribes of Native Americans and treated as slaves. Not just that, but all of them were tortured constantly for years. St. John was tortured and he lost his thumbs, along with other mutilations that he had to endure. Eventually, he was able to escape and go back to France. Once in France, he couldn't say Mass, because back then, a priest couldn't say Mass if he had a mutilated hand. So he didn't have his thumbs, so he needed to ask the Pope for a special permission to say Mass. And the Pope granted his permission. St. John was able to say Mass. Again, at that point, what did he do? He asked to be sent back. He asked to be sent back to the same people who had treated him as a slave, who had tortured and mutilated him. He wanted to go back to the very same people that hated him. He went back and then he died in 1646. He was killed and died in 1646. Thank you to St. Isaac Jogues and John de Brebeuf, their companions, that we have a church right now in North America because of their missionary work and because of their sacrifice. As martyrs, the church was able to establish herself here in North America. And so we are thankful to them because it's thanks to their efforts and their sacrifice that we are here. We are here as Catholics today in our country. Why did St. John go back? Why did he ask to go back after he had been rescued from the Native Americans? Why did he ask to go back to the same people who had tortured him? Precisely because they had tortured him. He wanted them to know a different message, to listen to a different message. He wanted them to know the message of Jesus, a message of love and mercy. As we heard in today's gospel, Jesus reminds us that unless we grow rich in what matters to God, which is mercy, love, compassion, our faith and hope in God, our life would be useless. If we don't get rich in what matters to God, what's the point of becoming wealthy and having a lot of possessions? St. John de Brebeuf, St. Isaac Jogues, and their companions were rich in what matters to God: love, mercy, compassion, and they wanted to share this richness, this wealth, with the people who hated them, because they loved those people, they wanted those people to know a different way of living. So let us ask St. John, St. Isaac, their companions, to help us, to intercede for us, and help us to have the same passion for people we meet, passion that they had, so that we might communicate, might share our faith to everybody we meet in our lives. Take care and God bless.